What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Divorced Sistas. This is season 1, episode 4, and the episode is titled Line in the Sand. Y'all, we start this episode off with Naomi. She has shown up to this little banquet, charity moment that's happening for the church, and she is clearly drunk. And I mean drunk. Like, she is being a total embarrassment, and when she spots Javon, you know, she kind of giving him the eye. And I'm like, girl, he don't want you. He don't want you when you're like this, okay? So Bridget, she tries to bring Naomi some coffee. Naomi, she's yelling across the table because she spots that old girl, Lindsay, she's wearing her earrings. You know, those same earrings that have just got picked up out the dirt? Yeah, Miss Mama's just put them right on in her ears. I don't think they've been disinfected or anything like that. Now, according to Naomi, those were a wedding gift for her. My whole thing is, Franklin, considering you got all this money, you can't buy your new girl no new earrings? No clean earrings? That's crazy. And she's so proud to wear them. Besides that, y'all, Jeff, he keep leaning over to Rashida like, you need to tell Naomi to leave. You need to get her to leave. When I tell y'all I am so annoyed by Jeff, my God, he gets on my everlasting nerve. Now, as far as Naomi, she getting on my nerves too, because she's being extremely belligerent, and I feel like this whole scene could have been wrapped up so much better. That's my only issue with this scene, because I'm just like, okay, her being belligerent and just yapping, it was starting to get on my nerves, because she was over there sounding like Vaughn. Where the bar at? Girl, chill out. Then she started yelling for Bridget. Out of nowhere, here comes Javon trying to save the day. He's asking Naomi if she's a member of this church. Sir, why are you asking that? Like, honestly, I don't think any of these people are members of this church. The only people who are members are Rashida and Jeff. The rest of them, and Bridget. That's it. Everybody else at this table, I don't think so. Now, everybody is trying to convince Naomi to drink this damn coffee. And Jeff, he's hella surprised that Naomi is even at a church event. And I'm just kind of like, sir, aren't you a pastor? Like, you should be welcoming everybody. Is that not how that works? Then we hear the people on the mic, right? Now, they're auctioning stuff off. Y'all, why are they trying to sell a Bible that's 100 years old? Baby, you can keep that. Okay? You can keep that. Naomi, she ends up calling out the fact that Jeff, he drives a $300,000 car, but you sitting up here trying to ask your congregation and anybody else who will listen to donate some money so y'all can get a bigger church. I'm sorry, but Naomi, I'm on your side when it comes to that. Rashida, why do y'all need a bigger church? What's happening? Like, is it really popping in a church like that? I want to know. So, after that, Lindsay, she wants Franklin to bid on this stupid Bible. And the Bible ain't stupid, but I'm just saying, like, a 100-year-old Bible and you're trying to charge like $10,000-$20,000 for it is crazy. But she's like, oh yeah, we can give it to my mom. And here goes Franklin. No, we could give it to Naomi. And basically, he calls her a gold digger. He calls her selfish. And I'm just like, damn, was she all of that when y'all was together? Now, here comes Javon, again, bothering Naomi. Now he's like, well, you know, I'm a photographer and I would love to shoot you and all of this shit. Nigga, what are you talking about? Like, I understand what we were trying to do to get her to change the subject. But, baby, this is not the way to de-escalate this fucking situation. I'm sorry, Javon can fucking go. So, y'all, here comes the painting, right? The painting is up for auction, and it's the one that was at Naomi's house, right? Franklin, he gets up there, gets on the motherfucking mic. He gets on the mic, dogs her out, calls her a monster, says that she's toxic. Then he over here just being so happy about his new wife. The fact that nobody got up to remove that man is crazy to me. You got all these people who supposedly at the church. Where the deacons at? Where the ushers at? Where anybody at to remove this man? Because this is ridiculous. Y'all, this is supposed to be a church event? And the way he dogging his ex-wife is crazy. So then we learned that this painting is actually by Naomi's brother, who unfortunately passed away from a drug overdose. According to Jeff, this painting is worth $2 million, but he want to start the bidding at $5. Again, Jeff, it's your church. What are you doing? So Tiffany, she's like, I'll pay, I think, $5,000. And then she bumped it up to $20,000. Oh, but no, Franklin is an asshole. And then he says, oh, I'll buy it back for $5 million. But if Naomi really wants it, she'll have to pay $37 million for it. Now, Naomi is over there scrunching her face up, and it was pissing me off. Girl, you had all that mouth this whole time being belligerent. You ain't gonna say nothing? All that yelling you was doing? But now you just want to sit there and scrunch your face up? What the fuck going on? So now she want to leave, and everybody else is like, okay, let's go. Really? So then Naomi, she ends up picking up that coffee pot before she left, and she threw that coffee on Lizzie. And a little bit got on Jeff. I said, baby, I wish more got on Jeffrey's ass, because I cannot stand him. So we learned that Naomi, she got arrested. Rashida, she wants to go check on her friend, but instead, she got to go check on Lindsay because that's what her husband wants to do. Jeff, he feels like, because Frank just gave them a bunch of money, we need to go cater to what Frank got going on. So, Rashida and Jefferson, baby, they are clearly at odds. And I'm like, this shit is going to blow up very badly. Javon, Tiff, and Rashida, they say they're going to go check on Naomi. Bridget, she's going to take Will home. All right, cool. Everybody know where they going. So then we see Will and Bridget talk in the car. Will, he says that he didn't realize it was that bad with Franklin and Naomi. Like, they cool, but they not best friends or anything like that. And Bridget, she's like, I just can't believe Naomi threw the pot of hot coffee on that girl. And I'm just like, I don't understand why not. Your homegirl. So Bridget, she's like, I just love how you love my friend, talking about Geneva. And he says that that's his soulmate. And then, she talks about her own relationship with Vaughn. The fact that she knows that she too old for his dumb ass, I'm just like, well, girl, let him go. Please let him go. So then Will, he ends up telling her, well, if things don't work out with Tiff and Javon, maybe you can try with him. Say what now? I'm sorry, who does that? The way the black women around me work, once my friend has that man, I don't want him, okay? We not passing and sharing dick around here. Please stop that. Now, he does tell her to keep trying and keep praying. I said, what is going on? I did not expect that phrase to come out of William. Maybe Jeff would say something like that, but not William. Moving on, y'all, we see Javon, Tiff, and Geneva, they in the car. Geneva is silent. Javon is over here calling whoever he can to try to get Naomi out of jail. And I don't know, or I didn't know that he was a lawyer. So now that just kind of makes me wonder, how does he know Will? Like, it seems like Geneva is the breadwinner in that relationship. She is the lawyer. It's never been said that Will is an attorney or anything like that. Or maybe I missed that. But I'm just wondering, how does Will know him? Just, out of curiosity. But nonetheless, we do see that Tiff and Javon, they kind of flirting, right? About him and his photography. And then he tried to be slick because he's like, oh, yeah, because, I've taken photos of Geneva before. And Tiff is like, oh, I want to see him. And Geneva's like, no, we need to focus on getting Naomi out of jail. My question is, what kind of photos were they? Because it's given that they were explicit. So, Javon, why you keep playing in that girl face? Like, I get it. You want to get her back, but baby, that's not how you do it. Now, y'all, we get to Rashida and Jeff, baby. If they get into a car, we know their ass is about to be arguing. They are going to argue in that motherfucking car. So he is mad because she's like crying. And then he's talking about you were just standing there while she poured that hot coffee on me. And, I got burned as well. And then she points out, well, listen, I saw the way your assistant is looking at you. I said, oh, wait a minute, y'all. DeMyron got a thing for the pastor? Ooh, this is about to get real messy. So then we go on to hear Jeff say that Naomi, she threw coffee on that poor girl. Poor girl. I'm with Rashida. That girl had an affair, got pregnant, and now they're taunting Naomi. There's nothing poor about her, okay? And then, on top of that, now we got to go to the hospital to pretend to like her. Like, what kind of shit is that? So, Rashida, she points out the fact that Jeff is always trying to pray for everybody else, but whenever his family going through it, he doesn't do any of those things. According to according to Rashida, they have a son that's completely out of control. His grades are slipping, all types of things. And Jeff is like, what do you want me to do? Talk to him? We want you to step up and be a fucking father. That's what we want you to do. But the only thing that you're worried about is the congregation and collecting money. Okay? And then on top of that, it's been a while since he even slept with his wife. Like, she does end up calling him out for the way that he treats her as a wife. And then his response was, well, you can just make a list. Baby, he talks to her so nasty. It is pissing me off. And I'm just kind of like, damn, I would have never known that Devon Franklin was an actor ever in my life, but he's doing his job in this role. So she feels like he should have told her that Franklin was even coming to the event. Because y'all remember, this whole time it's been, I don't know if he's coming. I don't know. But then he goes in and says, well, no, Naomi is the problem. And he has a complete disdain for her. When I tell y'all this marriage is done, this marriage between these two, it is so done. And I'm ready for Rashida to move on and find some hot, tender thing who gonna treat her right, okay? So, y'all, we see Will, he goes home, and he lets the nanny go, because, she been watching a little girl, Anika, and he calls his wife. The normal thing that a husband will do. Y'all, her attitude is so stank. So stank. Like, she's literally so jealous of Tiffany right now because Javon is in Tiffany's face. And then it gets to the point where she's not even listening to what her husband is saying. She hangs up on his face. She hangs up in his face, I'm sorry, when he's trying to tell her that he loves her. I'm like, girl, you doing a lot. But here's the thing. I'm not going to go too hard on her because we still need to figure out who he's talking to at that school. We need to see what's going on with him and Maddie Mama, okay? Moving on from there, y'all, we see Bridget. She go home. Vaughn is there playing video games. Now, according to him, there's a video online of Naomi and people are seeing her as the hero in the situation. Vaughn ends up telling Bridget that, he's not going to hang around her friends until she knows exactly how she feels about him. Baby, she does know how she feels about you. She knows that she can do better. I'm not understanding why she's acting like she can't. So besides that, he then ends up giving her some fake flowers. And tells her to go run a bath. But when she runs this bath, it is not for herself. It is actually for him. Talking about so that way she can show him how much she appreciates him. Girl, why is he still at your house? Kick him out. Kick him out. Kick him out. Kick him out. So, next scene, we have Jeff and Rashida. They go see Franklin. Baby, that man is going in on Naomi. And Rashida is like, listen, you were playing games. And you know how much she loved that painting. And then, what's his name? Franklin. He's like, no, Naomi, she was trying to turn my son against me. And then Franklin ends up questioning if Naomi's actions were justified. And, of course, Rashida is like, no, I don't think that what she did was right. But at the same time, I don't like any of this. Y'all are going tit for tat with each other. And I think it's childish. So Franklin is like, well, that's your friend. You need to tell her to stop. And Rashida like, hold up. I've told her that in the past. And now I'm telling you that you need to stop. Y'all, when he told Jeff, you need to get your bit, I said, what? Y'all, Jeff didn't say nothing. Nothing. His response to Rashida, because baby Rashida was hot, like, oh, you calling me out my name? Oh, I got your B. Y'all, I was so pissed off because Jefferson's response was, you're a first lady, so you need to act like it. I'm sorry, say what now? Baby, Rashida, let that man go. Let that man go. Forget what the church think, okay? So, the pastor, he basically wants Myron to take Rashida home. But she like, I ain't going nowhere, especially not with her op, because Myron wants you. Why would she go anywhere with him? So Jeff ends up going in to pray for Lindsay, and baby, her back is toe up, okay? And Franklin, he's pissed off at Rashida now and tells Jeff that he can't give him the money because of Rashida's association with Naomi. And I'm just like, this is crazy. And then he goes on to say, how can these good church people want to be around Naomi because she's so evil? Sir, did you not just see what you just did in front of the church members? I said, oh, baby, we already know. The next time we see Jeff and Rashida, he about to act a fucking fool on her. He about to act a fool on her because he didn't get that money. And on top of that, this makes him look bad. So, yeah, it's about to be a whole other argument when he see her. All right, so then let's get to this last scene. We do see Jeff and Rashida, baby. They in that car. And he is going on and on about all this whole situation, okay? And how Rashida, she's like, listen, that man was never going to give you that money. Like, you think he was just going to cough up $5 million like that? He only showed up just so that way he could piss her off. So now they are short on the down payment for the building that they were trying to get for the church. And now he over here trying to blame Rashida. Sir, maybe it's a sign you don't need to try to get this bigger church. Okay, work with what you got. So she's like, let him call me out my name. And you didn't do nothing. Baby, they pull up to that house. He got right on out that car and went into the house. Like, just left her. I was like, dang. So then she ends up taking notice that he did not open the door for her. Usually he opens the door for her. I guess even if they get into arguments or anything like that, he still respects her enough to open the door for her. Baby, it's over. It's over. Like, sweetheart, let him go, please. Like, it was low-key. That little last scene was low-key giving, he don't love me no more. You know that one scene for Baby Boy? But I'm just like, Rashida, he ain't worth it. He really not, because he's never going to change, and he sees you as so much lower than what you actually are. But y'all, listen, this show is actually pretty good. I feel like I can stick with it. There's a lot of drama going on. I can't lie. That first maybe 2 episodes was a little rough, but I think we about to hit a groove. So y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Which of these divorced sisters do you like? Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.